So with the factor theorem, a polynomial f of x has a factor, so your expression of x minus or plus whatever has a factor if and only if that remainder equals 0. So that just means, like, in general, you guys know when something divides nicely because it gives you a whole number, right? Like 20 divided by 4 gives you 5, no remainder. 28 divided by 7 is 4, no remainder. So it's a factor if after you guys do the division, your remainder equals 0. So if it's telling you, hey, this is a factor, you should be getting nothing left at the end. If it's a 0, you should be getting nothing left at the end. So we're going to factor 3x cubed minus 4x squared minus 28x minus 16 given x plus 2 as one of its factors. So again, if x plus 2 is your factor, x actually equals -2, so that's what we're going to divide by. Set it up for division. Pull your coefficients. And set it up to do your synthetic. So bring down the first value. Multiply and add. Okay, so nothing left here. So that's the goal. So like if you got a value there, we did something wrong, because if it's a factor, it should divide nicely. Otherwise, we either did it wrong or it's not a factor at all. So started with x cubed, so this is 3x squared minus 10x minus 8. So we're going to come over here. We have the factor x plus 2 that it gave us, and now we need to fully factor what we came up with left. So we need to factor 3x squared minus 10x minus 8. So remember, we need to figure out, okay, what multiplies to get us 3x squared, so that's going to be 3x and x. And then what multiplies to get us -8, but has to get us -10. So probably going to be either 4 and 2 or 2 and 4, just to have to get that right combination. So if we do 2 and 4, this would be 10. This would be 12. I mean, that's not 10, that is 2. So 2 minus 12. So we went x minus 4, 3x plus 2. Okay, so it really just asked us to factor, so then we would be done here. But just for the sake of a little extra practice, if it asks us to solve for your x's, so you guys would set them all equal to 0. And x would equal -2, -2/3, and +4. So depending on what it asks you guys of, so like this would be factored, and that really is all it asks us for this problem. But the purpose of factoring is to solve it. So if it asks to solve, those would be your 3x values. Okay, let's look at number 6. So given x minus 3 is a factor, so x actually equals 3. Factor 2x cubed minus 11x squared plus 3x plus 36. So 2, -11, 3, 36, bring down the first term, multiply and add, get a remainder of 0. Perfect. Okay. So, don't forget to include the one it gave you, so x minus 3. But now we need to factor 2x squared minus 5x minus 12. So what multiplies to get you 2x squared? 2x and x, right? And that's what's going to multiply to get us negative 12, but add with the right combination to get us negative 5. So like we can try 6 and 2. That would give us 4 and 6. That doesn't work. We could try the other way, but that's going to get us further. Also, we could do 4 and 3. 3 and 4, I think, is going to be the ticket. So that gives us 3. That gives us 8. We want negative 8, so x minus 4, 2x plus 3. So if it only asks us to factor, then we would be done here. Factors are just getting it into those expressions that if you multiply it back together, it gives you the polynomial that you started with. Okay, so it's really all about the wording here, guys. So for number 7, it's not giving you a factor, it's giving you a 0. So it's saying, hey, x is 3. Like, you don't have to solve for x. You don't need to figure out what x is. X is 3. But find another 0 of your polynomial. So we're going to do what we did up above with the solving. So we still have to factor it. It's just that you've got a factor to solve it. So pull your coefficients. 1, negative 2, negative 23, and 60. Do your division real quick. Should get 0. So again, this is 1x squared plus 1x minus 20. So since you don't need to fully factor it, we're really only concerned with what we have left because we're solving for that part now. So 1x squared plus 1x minus 20. We're going to set that equal to 0. Factor it. So what multiplies gets you negative 20, adds to get you 1, positive 5, negative 4. Set them both equal to 0. So your 3 solutions are x equals 3, negative 5, and 4. So another 0 would be x equals negative 5.